next step now is to make sure that we have our, this is called the banjo, and we want to set our tool rest up so that it's right in the center, so center point to center point, and just a little bit below. I like to go about a ½ inch below. So we want to set it up at that height. We do that by adjusting this here. And we also want to make sure that it runs parallel to the bed of our lathe. We want to get it as close to our stock as we possibly can without it hitting. So if it hits right there, I know I need to move my banjo back, which will move my tool rest back. And as I spin this, I know that it's not going to hit. I then go ahead and lock this cam down, and because it oftentimes moves, I want to check it again, and I'm ready to go. The next thing I want to do, this is very important, is we're going to go from the other side here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But this here is where the lathe oftentimes will break, because this right here needs to be lined up. This pin goes inside that groove right there, and I know that groove is there, one, by feeling it, and two, because I can tell there's a ruler up here, tape measure, that should always be on top. But that's important that that's inside there. This will be tight when you're turning, but right now when we're setting it up, we want to loosen it in only about a ½ of a turn. Then you want to take this crank and you want to turn it, which will in turn send this in and tighten up our stock. Only at first you've locked this down, so this is loose. That has to be loose, and it has to be lined up with that groove. Now we can tighten that and tighten. Once we get this nice and snug, we're not trying to compress the wood, we're just trying to hold it secure. Now that that is secure and it's not going to move, I want to tighten it down so it's not going to move. And again, I don't need to force it, I just need it to be snug. Now I know that my stock is secure. Go from the big one down to the small one. So I can now go this direction to the right, and my lathe's going to be much faster. If I want to slow it down, it's the complete opposite. You move it from, again, from big to small. So I need to move the bottom of the belt before I move the top of the belt. So I've got it on its slowest speed.